Hey guys, it's your girl Shalae and I'm back today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing 22 food stamp changes in 2022. Yeah, like 2022 was a good year for the EBT program. Maybe you took advantage of some of these programs. Maybe you were completely unaware. Either way, your girl is here to help you out, okay? So if you want a recap in the world of EBT, my darling, you already know what to do. Stay tuned. Your girl's got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hi, hello, hey friend. My name is Shalae, and here on this channel we discuss shopping, saving, and everything in between. I would love to have you a part of my internet family. Super easy. Click the big old red subscribe button down below and you're in, just like that. Now, before we go ahead and jump into the video, we are in full swing of the holiday season, and fragrance, my darling, is the ultimate gift. Thank you, Scentbird, for sponsoring this video. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service where you can choose a new designer fragrance to try out every single month for just $17. Now, guys, they have perfumes, they have colognes, and a lot of these are unisex options, which you can choose on their website and get for a fraction of the price. Now, this is perfect because you can select scents based on like the season. You can also select things based on day or night, date night, as well as if you're going to gift this for someone, you can let them pick scents. You can pick scents that you may like on them, but this gives you the chance to go ahead and try out the fragrance before committing to a full bottle. Now, this month I received 3 fragrance scents, and what I love about them is they come in this cute little vial. Now, this is my favorite one that I like this month. It is a Monique Lalier, which is a floral scent. And I'm surprised I like this because I am not a floral person. And this smells like you're walking through a garden. I mean, it has Sicilian bergamot as well as a freesia bouquet. But when I tell you, I sprayed this on, it was very floral. Throughout the day, I kept on like smelling my hand and I was like, what is that scent? And when I tell you, it was this lasted all day and it smelled so good, and everywhere I went people were like, girl, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? So this one is my favorite this month. Next, I grabbed Sugarful by Michael Germain. Now the name states it all, okay? When you spray this is like cotton candy, tangerine, and musk. Once again, if you are that girl, if you're a floral person, go with my first choice. If you like something very sweet, this is perfect. The next scent I grabbed was Paper by Commodity. This was my least favorite scent. The keynotes for this one are musk, amber, but it gives off a very woodsy, earthy scent. And I grabbed this one just because of the season. I thought maybe I should try something, but yeah, it was not my choice at all. But that's the great thing about Scentbird, right? You can try out these fragrances. So definitely make sure to click the link below and use my code Shalae55 for 55% off your first month at Scentbird, where you'll be paying a little bit over $7 for your first month. Now let's go ahead and get started with these 22 snap changes. Now guys, let's go ahead and kick things off with SNAP benefits being expanded. So we all know that starting October 1st, the USDA, they increased the income thresholds for applicants up to 200% of the federal poverty income guidelines. Now, this enabled more people to qualify for food stamp benefits, as well as to ensure like there's going to be increased access to quality, nutritious food. And this will be like at supermarkets, grocery stores, and even farmers markets. I've talked about this in other videos, as well as like one of the initiatives that the federal government is doing right now is finding efforts to combat like hunger and food insecurity. And this is even one of Joe Biden's initiatives as well. So October 1st, a lot of people were excited because, hey, more people qualify. But not only did more people qualify for benefits, we also know on October 1st, the increased cost of living happened as well, where SNAP benefits received a 12% increase due to the cost of living adjustment. So this was another win for the SNAP community because now people on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program will automatically see these benefits in the month of October. And the increase totaled about almost like $80 per person. So now like the maximum for a 2-person household, that increased to $516. And the maximum benefit for a 4-person household increased to $939. So we all know that these were two things that happened in October. Now, the cost of living adjustment is done every single year, but this year the increase was driven by the impact of COVID-19 and the rising cost of food. So these were two great things that came out in October. Now, for the next one, we're going to discuss the SNAP work requirements. Of course, this is state contingent. Now, a lot of states are still operating under their pandemic declaration. We'll discuss that later on in the video. But some states that have removed their pandemic declaration, now they are requiring work requirements in order for you to receive benefits. For example, the pending changes right now, this in West Virginia, they are due to a 2018 state law that set a work requirement for able-bodied adults without dependents to work at least 20 hours a week to receive benefits. Now, there's a lot of lawmakers, they're saying, hey, you know what, this should not even be a thing. Technically, we are still in a pandemic, but according to them in West Virginia, this was due to combat fraud. But the law also gave counties the ability to waive the work requirement, including those that had like rural counties or maybe in cities that had like a limited number of jobs as well. But that expiration expired on October 1st of this year. So the current federal health emergency under COVID-19, it bans states from cutting off benefits of SNAP. But hey, like I said, this one is state contingent on if your state is going to require work requirements or not once they end their pandemic emergency declaration. Next, we're going to discuss the Restaurant Meals Pilot Program. Now, I dedicated a whole video to this program, but as of right now, we are at 6 states that are operating under this program. We have Arizona, Michigan, California, Rhode Island, Virginia, Maryland, and I want to say Massachusetts is about to be added to the list. This is for my seasoned seniors or elderly, as well as those that are homeless, disabled, food stamp holders. They are able to purchase hot food meals at a restaurant. Now, this is a pilot program that is supposed to increase like access to food for those who don't have access to a kitchen, or even they may have a disability where they are unable to cook for themselves. But like I said, this program is picking up a lot of steam. More states are joining it. So hopefully by 2023, we can add a few more states to the list. Next, we are headed to Pandemic EBT for children under the age of 6. Now, this one I'm super excited about because for children under the age of 6 that are living in households, they became eligible this year to receive Spring 2022 Pandemic EBT child care benefits. Now, they also issued this for the second half of the 2021-2022 school year, and then they came back and gave it from January through June as well. So a lot of states now are issuing these benefits. I know like in Louisiana and Mississippi, as well as in Maine, they had started to issue these benefits, as well as my Georgia Peaches. But this was a added benefit for if your child was in child care or they were under the age of 6, that they could still receive a standard benefit amount. Now, most states, I want to say, issued around about $36 per month from January through June. But this was once again like an added benefit because we had never seen this before. And I'm hoping that this trend continue. Now, the only requirements for this one was the child had to be under the age of 6 years old. The child had to be a member of a household that was already receiving SNAP benefits. And then the child had to live in an area where one or more of the schools or even childcare facilities were either closed, reduced, or operated in limited hours due to COVID-19. So a lot of people are now starting to get those cards in the mail for these benefits. Let me know if your state is still doing this. And what did you think about children under the age of 6 being eligible for SNAP benefits? I thought it was a good thing. Next, we are headed over to Summer Pandemic EBT that happened this year, where you got an additional $391 where schools were closed over the summer months. Now, guys, this was a big increase from the previous year because I want to say last year they gave out like $345. So it was like a $50 increase. But for Summer Pandemic EBT, to be eligible for the Summer EBT program, families had to apply for the National School Lunch Program by contacting their schools. no later than August of this year. And then they started issuing those pandemic EBT benefits for summer in some states over the summer, and then in other states they're just now starting to pay out. But next we had where school lunches were no longer free for all students. So for the past 2 years during the pandemic, the requirements for free and reduced school meals were waived, which allows schools to provide food to students regardless of their household income. Now, over the summer, these waivers had expired, so children were automatically eligible for free meals if anyone in their household is receiving like certain public assistance programs, to include the SNAP program. But there are states that said, you know what, I don't care that the waiver expired, we're going to do something different. And so California, Maine, and Vermont were the states that decided to pay for meals for all students. Now, these states were able to provide free meals to all students regardless of the federal waivers that they had in place. But President Biden is exploring this option as well, because there are some changes that are coming to the 2022-2023 school year where hopefully all students will be able to receive free lunch. So this is back to one of those initiatives that I was talking about earlier in the video. But hopefully we can have some type of outcome where at least students can have that. Next, this was a big year for disaster SNAP benefits. So we had everything this year from floods, hurricanes, fires. Everywhere it seemed like things were happening. We had in Tennessee where disaster SNAP benefits were offered for severe weather. I want to say in Kentucky they had several counties that were approved as well in August. In New Mexico they had residents that were impacted by fires as well. And lastly, we know that in Florida Hurricane Ian was going on and allowed for disaster SNAP benefits. Now we know that in order to receive disaster SNAP benefits, you cannot be on the SNAP program. But if you are on the SNAP program and just say that something like this did happen, you can apply for replacement benefits for you, or even due to power outages. However, disaster SNAP benefits were for individuals who were not on the SNAP program but needed replacement benefits from their food being destroyed from a disaster. So as of right now in Florida, I think they still are conducting disaster benefits due to Hurricane Ian. And remember, this is just something that will continuously happen anytime that there is a natural disaster or a disaster that is going on as well. Next, we had the EBT scams. Now, scamming has been at an all-time high this year. I mean, I made an entire video dedicated to it, but one of the main takeaways is federal regulations right now are unclear if funding can be used to reimburse you if your SNAP benefits have been stolen. So a lot of states are saying, hey, if your benefits have been stolen, I need for you to file a police report. But even though you're filing the police report, a lot of states are not issuing replacement benefits. Now, I expect a lot of things will change, whether that's going to be more security verification in the future, or if they're going to issue more benefits. But as of right now, it doesn't matter what state you are in, recipients are being scammed from their benefits. Next, we're going to discuss that hotline bling, okay? Because pandemic EBT got customer service lines. So in October, a lot of states offered customer service components in place for their pandemic EBT benefits. And this was just better to serve recipients. So I know like the Mississippi Department of Human Services, they added a customer service chat function to not only their webpage, but they also added a live customer service chat where you can actually talk with someone, and that way they can help parents with their pandemic EBT benefits, you know, like regarding your questions or concerns, like how is your eligibility determined, maybe the amount of benefits that you're eligible to receive for each child, the expected card issuance timeframes, and just any other information that you needed about the pandemic EBT program and what to expect. So Mississippi did this. I want to say Tennessee did this, but it seemed like a lot of states took that extra layer of customer service component when it came to pandemic EBT this year. As well as we had retailers expand SNAP. So anything from BJ's, Amazon, Instacart, they all made an attempt to make its service more accessible to customers. So we know like BJ's Wholesale Club, they are accepting EBT benefits where you can pay at bjs.com, you can pay via the mobile app, you can actually go into the store. Amazon, they launched a portal as well to teach you how to use programs like Amazon Railway, as well as how to pay with SNAP or EBT, where to find coupon savings, and even how to make purchases on Amazon without a debit or credit card, and just how to use your EBT card. So this year, a lot of retailers as well expanded their pandemic EBT benefits. EBT terminals and work requirements for college students changed this year. So since February, some college campuses terminals have been available for students who are eligible for SNAP benefits. So to qualify for having like a EBT terminal at your campus, a location cannot operate as a restaurant. Also, there's certain food items that it must carry. So usually there's a minimum number of 4 major categories, which are like vegetables or fruits, dairy products, as well as meat, poultry, or fish, and then breads, cereals, or grains as well. Now, there also must be 3 stock units and 3 varieties for each category. So I thought this was great when it came to college students, because the expansion of the SNAP during the COVID-19 national emergency, it allowed for college students to be temporarily eligible for benefits if they were enrolled in school at least half time in a higher education institution and are eligible to participate like in a state or federally financed work study program throughout the year. I thought this was great because a lot of the work requirements were removed, as well as you had SNAP terminals on campus. We also had the Add Milk SNAP pilot program. Now, this was a program where participants get a dollar-for-dollar match to purchase milk or promote like a healthy, well-rounded diet for SNAP recipients. Now, participating locations who purchase like any size of pasteurized, unflavored, 1% fat-free milk will receive a dollar-for-dollar coupon to purchase any size pasteurized, unflavored, sweetened cow's milk as well. And they even included like 2% milk as well as whole milk. Now, these coupons were able to be redeemed as early as the day after the initial purchase, and then they expired 30 days after the initial purchase. So pretty much it was like if you purchased milk, then you got a coupon back for the milk that you purchased. So USDA really wanted you to get into buying things that are like healthy for your diet. Now, only select states were added for this program. I know Texas was one of them. Alabama has recently been added, as well as I want to say Tennessee and Georgia. But right now, Auburn University is conducting a pilot program, but I thought this one was another great initiative, especially if you get your money back. Next, let's go ahead and move on to the EBT discounts, because if you currently have an EBT card for food stamps, WIC, TANF, then you are eligible to take advantage of a lot of the EBT discounts. Now, this includes like free admissions to museums. This also includes like 50% off an Amazon Prime membership, or you can get a free cell phone, a free home phone, as well as discount at certain retailers. A lot of states have started to increase the number of organizations and businesses that participate in discounts, from the farmers market, like doubling your benefits, as well as to zoos and aquariums, where you can get in free if you show your EBT card. So if you haven't been taking advantage of any of those discounts that are available to you, what you been doing? Like, what are you doing? Next, we're going to discuss the direct certification from Medicaid and food stamp eligibility. So direct certification, this is a method where you automatically qualify students for free and reduced meals using data of the Family and Social Services Administration. So this includes like SNAP, TANF, and Medicaid, or even sometimes foster services. So what they will do is they will match like the local educational agency, and then they'll report the enrollment. And then that way, like if you're on any one of those programs, students can be automatically directly enrolled in a free school lunch program and any other programs that they may qualify for. So the direct certification, this is something like that new that's coming out, right? But it is a great thing, because then you don't have to fill out all these applications. It just does it automatically for you. And speaking of new, next we have where the testing of mobile SNAP payments with technologies. Now, guys, this is a new one. You heard it here first, right? While it's still in its infancy stages, right? The USDA is recruiting 5 states for a new pilot program. Now, this will allow SNAP recipients to pay for transactions with like your cell phone, your tablets, your smartwatches, instead of actually having a physical card. Now, the USDA said that in they hope to incorporate the mobile payments as a transaction method for all SNAP recipients. And hopefully that through this, it will be able to decrease like some of the EBT fraud that they have going on, as well as allow state agencies to partner and allow recipients to quicker access their benefits. So I don't know how this one is going to work, but I'm just thinking that if they're going to use the technology, then maybe they're going to supply like the watches or the phones or something that's going to have to give, right? It's just going to have to. So let me know, would you like to be able to access your benefits from like your phone or pay with your phone, like a QR code or a mobile credit card? Or even, would you like to pay from your phone, like have your EBT cards to be uploaded into your wallet on your app? For some of my seasoned seniors, if I'm speaking above you, let me know down in the comments below. Next, we have where SNAP applications for individuals being released from prison. Now, we seen at the beginning of the year where there were a lot of bills that were being scaled back for SNAP recipients. Like if you were convicted of certain crimes, then you were at the time ineligible for like TANF or SNAP. But states, honey, have started removing these older programs. For example, like in Illinois, the Department of Corrections, they have a pilot program that is going on right now, which allows like the Illinois Department of Human Services to accept SNAP applications that are submitted by individuals that are incarcerated in certain correctional facilities within 10 days of their release date. I like it. I love it. I want more of it. Now, on the application, it defines as your date of discharge. In Illinois, currently, there are 6 correctional facilities that are participating in this pilot program. I'll go ahead and list them on the screen as well. But when I tell you guys, this is a great program, but it's not just Illinois. Like I said, a lot of states have started to scale back and say, you know what? No, it doesn't matter. You've done your time. Let's go ahead and allow them to be able to access some of these benefits. And I think it's good. What do you think? All right, next, one of the hot topics that we had, it was the military and food stamps. Now, due to inflation, the Army had recommended that struggling soldiers should apply for food stamps. This was so controversial, and a lot of people were like, well, instead of them paying for food stamps, just increase their pay. As of right now, it caused a lot of bills to be introduced where troops can apply for food stamps. Currently, right now, there are several bills that are pending in Congress, which one will exclude the military's basic housing allowance or income calculations to be removed when it goes to determining SNAP eligibility as well. So I'll keep you updated on this one. States have a lot of pilot programs going on as well, where a state pilot program will enable local restaurants and food trucks to accept SNAP benefits. Now, I've talked about before the restaurant meals program, but now some states are even asking where you can use your SNAP or EBT cards for food trucks as well. They said, hey, this will be like a community effort. Not only will it benefit the recipients, but it also will benefit the businesses as well. And they want to expand the restaurant meals program in hopes to address as well, give restaurants and any type of food establishment, such as a food truck, access to the SNAP market as well. So, I mean, if you can use SNAP at a food truck, honey, like I'm just saying, you know, on those nights that you may decide to go out on the town, I don't know if you go to the club. I don't. I don't know if you do or hang with those that do, okay? But I'm not judging at all. But just imagine, like, let's just walk with me for a little bit, okay? You know, you leave your place of establishment, you see a food truck or you see a truck, and you can swipe your card and go get something before you go home. It doesn't have to be Waffle House or anything like that. I like it. I do. Okay, so next... Next, we have where states are ending their federal emergency allotment. So states like New York, California, they have opted to go ahead and end their pandemic emergency declaration in February of 2023. I'm not sure if this is going to be the direction of all states, but a lot of states are moving into this direction. So who knows what this could be, where the EBT bonuses have been going on. So we know in states like Georgia as well, they were issuing $350 for SNAP recipients. Now, I know there was a lot of drama surrounding that card, but one of the ways that you were eligible was if you were a SNAP recipient, but other states did where you can apply for like universal basic income programs or even guaranteed income programs if you were a SNAP recipient. So these were some of the bonuses that was going on, as as well as our last one, who can forget SNAP and Social Security. So we know in October, Social Security had their increase as well this year. And then a lot of people were worried about how would this affect their benefits. But then they're like, you know what, because there was a SNAP increase and a Social Security increase, it's like an even wash. So you shouldn't have anything going on with your benefits. But we won't know that until 2023. And yeah, this is what I have when it comes to 22 SNAP changes in 2022. So let me know, were you aware of some of these things that change? Are you excited about some of the things that are to come? I enjoy doing videos like this. I did one last year for 21 changes in 2021. So it was only fitting that I did it this year. Hopefully there's a lot more things that are changing in 2023 that we can go ahead and keep these videos going. But guys, make sure you go ahead and click the link and use my code Shalae55 for 55% off your first month at Sitbird, where you'll be paying a little bit over $7 for your first month. And yeah, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you later, Gator. Go ahead and get you some fragrance for the holiday season. And if you don't wear perfume or want it, go ahead and grab some for Bae, Boo, your kids, or them too. Okay, that's all I got. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.